Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Gopiyana Baba Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopiyana Baba Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopiyana Baba Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopiyana Baba Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yogananda Bhajana Ramana Dhanana Bhajana Yogananda Bhajana Ramana Yogananda Bhajana Ramana Pira Banda Charina Pira Pira Banda Charina Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টতর শত শ্রী 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 অভয় চরণারবিন্দ ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামী শিল প্রভুপাদ কি জয় জয় নিত্যলীলা প্রবিষ্ট পরমহংস পরিব্রাজকাচার্য অষ্টতর শত শ্রী ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী গোস্বামী ঠাকুর শিল প্রভুপাদ কি জয় আনন্দ কোটি বৈষ্ণব বৃন্দ কি জয় রামাচার্য শ্রী হরিদাস ঠাকুর কি জয় প্রেম से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय जगन्नाथ देव बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशन भगवान नृसिंहदेव की जय श्री श्री राधा माधव राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा गिरिधारी राधा गोपीनाथ राधा मदन मोहन जी की जय गौर निताय की जय तुलसी माई की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय गौर भक्तवृंद की जय इस्कने गुरुविंद की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज ऑल ग्लोरीज ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्देशकारिणी हे कृष्ण प्रभुराम सिंह दीन जगतपति गोपेश गोपिकाकंत श्री राधाकंत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमः वदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामे गौरतसे पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुएव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
अतो व्यवस्थितां निष्ठा धर्म धार्तराष्ट्रेण कुपिध्वज अतो व्यवस्थितां निष्ठा धार्तराष्ट्रेण कुपिध्वज प्रकृते शास्त्र सम्पाते धनुरुत्तम पाण्डव ऋषिकेश अत्तवाक्यम् इदम् अहो सुमीपते अथो व्यवस्थापितुं दृष्टा धार्तराष्ट्रेण कुपिध्वजो प्रकृते शस्त्र सम्पाते धनुरुत्तम पाण्डव ऋषिकेश तदा वाक्यम् इदम् अहो समीपते अतो व्यवस्थितानोदिष्टा धार्तराष्ट्रेण कुपिध्वज प्रकृते शस्त्र सम्पाते धनुरुत्तम पाण्डव ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदम् अहो समीपते At the time Arjuna, the son of Pandava, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military army, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words, purported by his given by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The battle was just about to begin. It is understood from the above statement that the sons of Dhritarashtra were more or less deserted by the unexpected arrangement of military force by the Pandavas, who were guided by the direct instruction of Lord Sri Krishna on the battlefield. The emblem of Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna, another sign of victory, because Hanuman cooperated with Lord Rama in the battlefield, in the battle between Rama and Ravana. And Lord Rama emerged victorious. Now both Rama and Hanuman were present on the chariot of Arjuna to help him. Lord Krishna is Rama himself, and wherever Lord Rama is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna had no cause to fear any enemies whatsoever. And above all, the Lord of the senses, Lord Krishna, was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious conditions arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee lay the signs of assured victory. So, this is the verse, Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, text 20. So actually, when Lord Krishna is there in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, so in this battlefield, actually, Lord Krishna spoke this Bhagavad Gita, and in that way we have heard so many verses. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, and where Lord Krishna is giving all the instruction to Arjuna, and Arjuna is following the carrying out the instruction given by Lord Krishna. Thus, these are many examples given of how we are to utilize these things which are not assigned for us by the Lord. This is also explained to Bhagavad Gita in the beginning. Arjuna desired that he should not fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. This was his own decision. This was his own idea. He does not want to fight with his relatives. Arjuna told the Lord, it was not possible for him to enjoy the kingdom after killing his own relatives, own kinsmen. It is not possible. Thus, this decision was based on the body because he was thinking that the body was himself and that his bodily relationship were his brothers, nephews, father-in-law, mother-in-law, grandfather, and so on. So generally, everyone, we have some bodily affection because as long as we have a bodily affection, we cannot realize the Supreme Personality Godhead. So, therefore, he wanted to satisfy his bodily demands. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord just to change this view, and at the end, Arjuna's decision to fight under the direction of the Lord. He says, I shall not act according to your advice. So, lastly, he changed his opinion. Beginning, he was not interested because all are relatives, all are his kinsmen. So he wants to avoid fighting. But when Krishna says, no, for the real cause you have to fight. So then he says, I shall act according to your decision, according to your instruction. However, this is the same thing that we have seen in so many times, that our Gurudev, he gives some instruction to his disciples. Sometimes Arjuna, his disciple, his follower, his best friend, whatever we can say to Arjuna, because he is now the carrying out the instruction of Lord Krishna without deviation. So, like Arjuna, all the time he thinks, is consciousness about Krishna. He is always thinking about Krishna. So, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara jittucha mar pita manobuddhi mam nivasya asamsha. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time continue your duty, continue your prescribed duty without, arguing. That means now Krishna says to Arjuna that you are constant, follow the instruction of Krishna. That is his desire. And you and your mind and intelligence always with me, you will attain me without doubt. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara jittacha mar pita manobuddhi mam nivasya. He does not simply advise Arjuna to remember him and give up his occupation. The Lord never suggests anything impractical. Therefore, he tells Arjuna that he need not give up his occupation, but while he is engaged in this occupation, he should remember Krishna. So in our activities, in our daily life, sometimes we are grihastha or brahmachari or sannyasi, but all the time we should think about Krishna. That is the best way to serve Supreme Personality of God. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pitika purvakam dalami buddhi yogam jena mam upanti. To those who are constantly engaged in my devotional service, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So, constant engagement. That lesson is given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. Constant engagement. And you should not forget it. All the time he is thinking about Krishna. So similarly, my Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada is always utilize his energy, his mind, his body. Even he was a Grihastha. He had 2 daughters, 3 sons. He is actually Grihastha when he used to stay in Calcutta. Then he came to Vrindavan. He left everything. His wife, his 2 sons, 3 sons, daughters, family, everything. Why? Just in the service of Krishna. Constant engagement. Suppose we have family members, we have children, but we have to practice in that way. Tesham satochu yuktanam bhajatam priti. Priti means love for Krishna. You see all the foreigners, that is not their culture. But now, whatever they practice, even we cannot do. Early morning, they are getting up 3 o'clock every year during Parikrama time. In our small temple, we are running a small temple in Godrum that is called Sarubganj, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur house is there. So every year the Parikrama party goes there, and 7 days they are staying and they are visiting all the islands of Navadvip. So I have seen practically at 2 o'clock, 2:30 o'clock, 3 o'clock morning time, in this biting cold in the winter, they get up in the morning and take bath and coming to the temple chanting Jopo. So Prabhupada changed everything. Why? Because Prabhupada was a Shaktovesha avatar. He is coming from Krishna. That's why we are all the time feeling that here when we are in Vrindavan, we are thinking that Prabhupada is always with us. We never think, because all the Prabhupada disciples, they have real affection for his Gurudev. Jasho deve para bhakti jata deve tatha guru tasyaite kothitartang prakashante mahatma. Those who have firm faith for Guru and Krishna, all the scriptures are revealed to you. This is scriptures. Even if I do not know anything about the Shastra, but if I have firm faith for Guru and Krishna, so I can get all the result. Jasho deve para bhakti jata deve tatha. So, during that time, Prabhupada left his home, Vrindavan, he used to stay at Radha Damodar temple, everybody knows this thing, and so much struggle. Why? Because his Guru Maharaj instructed him. Like Arjuna is giving instruction, Krishna is giving instruction to Arjuna. You must carry out the instruction without deviation. Similarly, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he gave the instruction to my Guru Maharaj, just preach this divine message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Western world. So he never think about his family, his wife, his sons, his daughters, his business, his home, nothing. 24 hours he was thinking how I can carry the instruction of Guru Maharaj. This is called firm faith. So one can become perfectly successful in the mission of his life if he acts exactly according to the words he hears from the mouth of his spiritual master. So Prabhupada followed the instruction of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta perfectly, and is successful. So similarly, we accept Guru. all our god brothers, they have become guru. And they are empowered by Srila Prabhupada. So it does not matter you take initiation from this guru and that guru, but ISKCON guru, they are 100% the carrying out the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, now we are seeing all the young gurus, all the doctors, engineers, chartered accountant, all the big professional people, young people, they are coming to Krishna. Why? Because our present guru, they follow the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, of Srila Prabhupada. This is, we believe in Parampara system. So, this is coming. In that way, we should fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada wanted, and during the Jhansi, only Prabhupada started this movement. Youth from now, I have seen so many youth people are here, even in Calcutta, in Mayapur, in Bombay, in Delhi, in Vrindavan. So it is a new generation, new tradition. It is a new, miracle to us. Because all the young generation in this movement, it's not a matter of job. They are all educated, highly qualified. They are all, coming from educated family. So this is Prabhupada wanted. During his India, in Jhansi, only 3 boys, he started League of Devotees. And now, thousands of young generation in this moment. This is Prabhupada's mercy. How? So that's why Prabhupada is all the time with us. Nobody can say no Prabhupada. Prabhupada's book, Prabhupada's instruction, Prabhupada's letter, Prabhupada's disciples. Always. Suppose now you are seeing all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Here, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Radhanath Goswami, Radhanath Swami, Bhakticharu Swami, Jayapataka Swami. So, all they are exalted personalities because they are carrying out the instruction of their Guru Maharaj with heart and soul, without deviation. So, in that way, we are not so much elevated soul, but if we, try to humble, to serve Srila Prabhupada, to serve Srila Prabhupada's disciple, then our life will be successful. Because Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he sends some other disciples like Bon Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj, they went abroad. But Srila Prabhupada was the last one. He went abroad and exposed the divine message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, I am very happy to see that Vrindavan, when I came in 1974, that time only the foreigners were there. A few Indians, just you can count. In the beginning of the movement, in Mayapur, 72, the first Gaur Purnima Parikrama started. So all the foreigners. Now, all over India, from all over the world and all over particularly all the Indian educated boys in this movement. So Prabhupada wanted. Because Indians should go to abroad to preach the divine message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the discussion. Now I would like to say something about Srila Prabhupada. I wrote one poem, so I think you will be very interested to hear this poem side by side. I will do the translation I offered this poem this year on his appearance day at Mayapur, and particularly all the my godbrothers and god sisters, they are very happy to hear this poem. So let me read this poem in Bengali, then I will translate in English. This is Abhay Charan Vandana. Jayo Jayo Gaur Mohan Vaishnav Churamani Ailo Tomar Gihe Bhaktiro Parasmani Dhanna Pita Gaur Mohan Dhanna Ma Rajani Aniya Harinamer Bonna Bhasailo Avani Jayo Jayo Gaur Mohan Tanay Abhay Charan ভাদ্র মাসে জন্মিলেন সর্বগুণে সুলক্ষণ টালিগঞ্জ নামে এক মন্দিরময় গ্রাম মহাভাগবতের জন্মে হইল অক্ষয় ধাম এহেন ধামে অভয়ের মাসির বাড়ি লক্ষ্মীমণি নাম তার ভজেন শ্রীহরি লক্ষ্মীমণি রজনী পরম বৈষ্ণবী যার আলয়ে কৃষ্ণচন্দ্র করেন বসতি জয় জয় অভয় চরণ জগতের গুরু সরস্বতীর বড় পুত্র পঞ্চকল্পতরু এমন দয়াল প্রভু কেবা কোথা পায় যাহার সেবাতে সব পাপ দূরে যায় জয় জয় অভয় চরণ বিশ্বজোড়া প্রাণ ত্রিভুবনে তোমার গ্রন্থের অবদান নীলাচল নবদ্বীপে বৈষ্ণবের গণ তোমা লাগি ছাড়িয়াছে দেশ পরিজন গৌরাঙ্গের মধুর বাণী বিলাইয়া অনুক্ষণ অনন্ত পতিত জনে করিলা মোচন জয় পতাকা রাধানাথ আর ভক্তি চারু এহেন শিষ্য সব কৃষ্ণ ভক্তির গুরু তোমার প্রিয় শিষ্য সব দয়ার নাথ গোপাল কৃষ্ণ শুভগান আরো লোকনাথ জয় জয় অভয় চরণ জগতের গুরু উদ্ধার করো সংকর্ষণে তুমি কল্পতরু This is 7th stanza in a Bengali poem. So I am giving the translation which you can listen. Gaur Mohan De was the father of Srila Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He was an exalted Vaishnava, and by the mercy of the devotees, he became popularly known as Vaishnav Churamani at that time. In his home, Abhay Charan appeared. Gaur Mohan and Rajani were very pleased for their son's divine appearance. From his very childhood, Abhay Charan started worshipping and chanting at the request of his beloved father. Every day, Gaur Mohan arranged evening kirtan together with his all family members at his home in Calcutta. In this way, Abhay Charan became fond of kirtana. In 1896, in the month of Bhadra, Bhadra is the Bengali month that is called in the month of September, Abhay Charan was born in the village of Taliganj, known as Taliganj. When he appeared in this material world, all the auspicious signs were visible on his body. Taliganj village became a place of pilgrimage, as honored because of Srila Prabhupada's birth. In this village, there were two old temples of Lord Krishna. When Srila Prabhupada used to visit with his auntie's house, he used to visit these temples. In this auspicious village of Taliganj, we can observe that aunt's house of Abhay Charan. His aunt's name was Lakshmi Mani, Lakshmimani and Rajani were own sisters. She was a great devotee of Lord Sri Krishna. Avaicharan and his mother Rajani stayed in that house for 1.5 years after his birth. Srila Prabhupada preached all over the world the Krishna consciousness movement. Because of his strong preaching, he came to known as Jagat Guru for the present age. He fulfilled the desire of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is Pancha Kalpataru because he fulfilled the desire of all the devotees and helped them to develop Vaishnava attitude. Srila Prabhupada was an ocean of mercy. Those who have served Srila Prabhupada's movement in their lifetime, all their sinful activities will be vanquished. Srila Prabhupada planted the seed of devotion among the fallen souls of Kali Yuga all over the world. He composed hundreds of books on Vaishnava philosophy. This is the best and a historical contribution from the divine grace to the Vaishnava society and humanity at large. Many devotees from India and abroad left their home and family to honor Srila Prabhupada, and they accepted the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada as their only shelter. Srila Prabhupada delivered thousands of fallen souls by his preaching and writing. His very dear disciples, Jayapataka, Radhana and Bhakti Charu, are carrying out the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, and they are maintaining the glorious tradition of ISKCON all over the world. They have fulfilled the desire of Srila Prabhupada. His beloved disciples like Gopal Krishna, Shubha and Loknath are also fulfilling the desire of Srila Prabhupada, and they are carrying out the instruction with heart and soul. All these famous, renowned followers have become Dikha Guru for ISKCON, and they are maintaining the Parampara tradition after Srila Prabhupada. O Srila Prabhupada, the most merciful, kindly delivered Sankarshan Das from the clutches of Maya. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, this is some small poem. Now, I think I will compose it and I will give to everyone with proper word and this translation, so you can sing, because in this poem particularly I glorified Gaur Mohan, and many times I glorify his mother Rajani Devi, I glorify Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, I glorify his auntie Lakshmi Mani, who is very dear to Srila Prabhupada in his childhood times, and I glorified the actual birthplace Taliganj, where he was born, a small heart. So all of you, get some information about this poem, and I would like to request my wife, because she knows some pastimes. She was many times in Vrindavan, so she can say something about it.
You want to sit there?
Yes, yes.
This is Sachi Mata. She was a very young girl when she got initiated by Srila Prabhupada. You turn the camera over here. Hare Krishna. Actually, I
I'm very much unqualified disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is like a large ocean and I'm just a drop of water. I could not accumulate anything in my lifetime from 16 to 60. So you please forgive me. I'll just tell some stories that maybe you can enjoy. I was, Prabhupada, spiritual master to everybody, but he was very dear father to me. Because when I met him, I was 16, and I did not have any idea of spiritualism, all shastras, darshan, nothing. I just loved because Prabhupada said, you can achieve Krishna by patram pushpam phalam toyam. So it just touched my heart at that age, that God is very easily available, my spiritual master is saying. So then that was my first meet in the Shukriya Park, and then next day he asked me to come. But being, adopted in a conservative family, I was very much restricted by my parents. So I was dwelling whether to go or no. I shouldn't go because maybe so many foreigners, maybe they are hippie, I can caught by them. Prabhupada gave me time 11 a.m. But I just made myself to go there. That was 12:30, almost Prabhupada's prasadam time. Anyway, but Shyam Sundar, he stopped me. He was that time Prabhupada's secretary. That was 1971-72. And then Prabhupada, he said, we have to come back in the afternoon at 4. Prabhupada visits that time, the guests. I said, Prabhupada asked me to come at the Pandal program. That day, that was an incident. Prabhupada was coming down from the dais and his car was there and I was standing by the side of the car. So everybody was bowing down. I also bowed down. And Prabhupada said, who are you? What is your name? I said, yes. Because behind that 1 year, Prabhupada came in my area. But I was not allowed to go because my elder sister, my family, they stopped me to going to see Prabhupada. But I had the desire to meet anyhow. So that was the next year at the Pandal program I met Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was giving lecture on Bhagavad Gita. And he said, Patram Pushpam Phalam Dhan. So I was moved, God is such easily available. Oh, this is so nice. And I was moved, I did not know that car was there. And Prabhupada just came by the car and said, oh, I bowed down and he said, what is your name? I said, my name, Indrani or my Karmi name. And he said, okay, come tomorrow, I want to see you at 11. But I made myself late, And then I told Shyam Sundar, please allow me, because in the evening my mother won't allow me to come. And this is little far away from my house. Then he brought the message to Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada was kind. And then first meeting, Prabhupada told me, you are not punctual. I told you 11 and you came 12:30. Then he said, I said, I just kept always, myself, I did not talk before Srila Prabhupada anyway. So Prabhupada, he said, okay, you like to come here, why? I said, I like Govindaji, I like to dress them, I like this Krishnamurti very much. I said, oh, okay, then you have to come regular, you have to follow the rules and regulation, he told me. I said, okay. So you come now on every day, then he asked Goshalya, take care of this girl. Then Prabhupada went, after 1, 2, 3 days, I used to come every day, then after 2, 3 days Prabhupada went to abroad. But I did not stop coming. My father allowed me anyhow. After seeing Prabhupada, he was also changed his mind. Anyway, but then there are so many, stories with Srila Prabhupada, because when Prabhupada came, I entered his room. Prabhupada allowed me. Nobody stopped, Everybody in the ISKCON that time were very kind to me because I'm young at the age, I used to clean Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada liked it very much. And then there is a story in Vrindavan with monkeys that I told many times, so I don't want to recite that.
Oh, tell the story.
That story is very funny.
Oh, it's very funny.
Everybody will laugh. This is Dada Damodar and Pishima. I used to take care of Pishima because Pishima could speak Bengali. and I was a bad translator anyway. So I was on. Prabhupada asked me, "You just take care of my sister." So I was always with her, and then and I was also. Prabhupada asked me what service you like. I said cooking, but Jamuna would not let me touch Prabhupada's utensils. Now you should stay behind. So then I was standing, and Prabhupada could read my mind. He said, why you are not looking happy? I said, Jamuna, she doesn't allow me to go in the kitchen. Okay, you clean my room. So every morning I used to clean the room at Radha Damodar temple. And Prabhupada, every morning he would come out from his room and we would meet each other on the staircase. Prabhupada said, close the door while you are working, otherwise monkey will get in. I said, okay, Prabhupada. So Prabhupada every day remind and every day I will forget. You know, then that was the next day of Ekadashi. It was container, that container is kept over there, I was saying. That, you know, brass container full of laddus. And Prabhupada, it was kept on the table. Prabhupada said, I'm going out, and while you are working, you better keep the door closed because monkey can get in and there are laddus. I said, okay, Srila Prabhupada. And then again I forgot. And then I cleaned, and then gradually one monkey came. As a huge, you know, monkey. He grabbed the Prabhupada's container and went to the next door courtyard. There was a guavati, he was sitting and started eating one by one. I thought, oh my God, what will I will answer to Srila Prabhupada? And before that I got 2-3 times called from Srila Prabhupada. Now he will just, you know, won't allow me in his movement, he will drive me out. I thought, and I just begged all the demigods, like 2-4 annas, like, you know, Shoni, Lakshmi, Saraswati, whom can I remember? I said, please help me. And then I saw one Gajwashi Mataji, she was making chapati, and I asked her if she could grab the container, and she helped me anyway. I brought the empty container back, and then, you know, everything I cleaned, and then I went downstairs. Pishima was sitting, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was sitting, and all other sannyasis, and then Prabhupada said, everything okay, Sachimata? I kept you know, stop, I didn't answer. Then said, okay, you clean the door, clean the room? I said, yes, but there is some mistake. What? He said, what? I said, I forgot to close the door, and monkey ate all. And then I thought, now he will scold me, you know. I was just, you know, going in like this. And then Prabhupada said, instead of seeing my situation, maybe Prabhupada could feel my, you know, and he could read my mind that, you know, I feel I'm a guilty person. So Prabhupada, you know, instead of scolding, he just, you know, drew the drawer and gave me 10 rupees and said, go and get jalebi for everybody. And this is the story. So Prabhupada could realize my situation. Anyway, thank you. There are so many Mataji. These are my assets. I don't know. I give in my heart.
You don't tell, you will lose it.
You have got 10 minutes of the Mataji.
Please tell us. You like?
Yeah, you have 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So my name
Once, you know, Prabhupada wanted to have parval sabji, soup. You know, Bengali soup, which Pishima used to cook. And that day I had fever. So Prabhupada told Palika, Bhavananda's wife, ex-wife, go and get parval from Jadu market. And nobody knew what is, Jagu market is in Calcutta, a famous market. But nobody knew what parval is. So then they came to my house, I had fever. So get up, Sachimata, you have to go. And because Prabhupada wanted parval soup. Then I went, and then I went to the market with them and got which sabjis I needed. You know, Pishima didn't come, but Prabhupada wanted exact that sabji, you know, simple sabji. So Prabhupada knew maybe Shumanam is another Bengali girl, and me were there, so maybe we can prepare it. So then Bhavananda said, okay, you cook today. And I was so proud that, oh, they have allowed me to hold preparation for Srila Prabhupada. Oh, and then I cooked so many dishes. Then 11:30, then Bhavananda came and said, within 15 minutes, get ready the plate of Srila Prabhupada. I said, okay, and then I made it ready and I just sent it, and that Prabhupada servant, Shruta Kirti was there, he came and took the whole plate. I thought, then again Bhavananda, Prabhupada want to see. I said, okay, now Prabhupada will admire me so much. Oh, you have cookies so nice. I was just, feeling so happy in my heart. Then I went to his room, bowed down, and then Prabhupada was not looking happy. I thought, what happening? Prabhupada said, who cooked? You? I said, take it away, I don't want to eat. I was stunned, what happened? I made it so nicely and Prabhupada never liking it. Prabhupada said, you cook the rice fast? I said, yes. Why? You don't know how to do Krishna Seva? How you will do Guru Seva? Then, I was stunned and then my tears were coming. And then unexpected, Prabhupada said, okay, go and make some chapatis. Then I did and Prabhupada ate, and then whole afternoon I was sitting, upstairs. They were in a girls' room. And I thought I made such a great mistake. That was before Vrindavan. So then Prabhupada again called me at 4 o'clock. So Bhavananda said, Prabhupada wants to see you. I thought maybe Prabhupada will stay, again he will just get, be angry with me. So I went and Prabhupada said, come, sit. Then I said, you are now very young. You have to see long future. And in Bengali he was saying, so I'm just translating. Said you have to go to in-laws, you have to serve the elders. So you have to be very patientful. And you should be conscious what you are doing and what to give and which time. So that is why I have scolded you. Don't take it otherwise. He was such a affectionately was saying, just like my father. Tears came. I felt so humble. Thank you.
More time.
Now I need water, my God.
Judy, pass that glass.
Sorry to give you water. Sorry. I have some, asthmatic tendencies, so.
Put the top on in case the monkey comes.